Hello everyone, I hope you can all hear me. It looks like the mic is working. Please let me know because we know how my streams go. Always something. But let's see who we have in the chat. Hello, hello. We have Tom Keithley. What's going on, my friend? Yep, hearing you fine. Hi, Mark. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. See, you're a new face here. Well, not a face, but you're a new joiner. Hi, Sylvia. Hello. Hello, Anthony. Hi. Goth Mommy. Hello. Tom. Hello again. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm going to turn down the music a little bit because I start vibing and then I lose my concentration. It happens at work a lot too. I'll be listening to a really good song and then all of a sudden I'll be like, ooh, okay, what was I doing? So there's that. What's everyone drinking tonight? We've got, let's see, ooh, let me scroll all the way down. Audio sounds perfect. Love to hear it. I have my cute little Goth Peeps cup. It's super cute. I'm going to do a couple more reels with this before Easter, but we're just drinking a double shot of espresso with some milk. Nothing crazy. Black coffee. Love it, Mark. That's amazing. Please let me know. Do you have a channel, Mark? Or for your music or Spotify or anything like that? If so, please let me know. I'd love to support. Great stories and narrations too. Ooh. I love narrators. All of you guys. All my friends. How are you, Anthony? I feel like it's been a while. I feel like, yeah, I just didn't stream last week. I told you guys how I was really confident. Yeah, I'm gonna do streams weekly. And then I was like, maybe I'll go to bi-weekly because it's just been a lot. So I'm sticking to the bi-weekly thing for now, but who knows, maybe next week I'll just be like, okay. It really depends on how the week goes. And this week was a really great week. I got so much work done, personally and professionally. Personally and professionally. I mean, personal professional for my channel stuff. And just had a great week. Worked out a lot. I did like this VR workout that I've been doing is called Supernatural VR. It's so great. Like I used it a few years ago before we went to Cancun, and I lost a lot of weight using it because it was fun. And that's what I'm kind of using as my cardio because I don't like cardio. So okay, cool. Yes, I do YouTube at the moment. Neon Bard for music. Darker Side of Neon for stories. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna have to follow you. Okay. And then Goth Mommy says, Goth Peeps, adorable. Oh my gosh. So I'll tell you this story about this. So, you know, I'm doing like my coffee channel or my coffee series. It's not really a series. It's just from Monday through Friday, I just do coffee scary story reels. So I realized, oh no, like, yeah, Easter's coming up. I'm gonna do some Easter stories next week, but I don't have any like Easter type of mugs and cups. And then there's this girl. Let me get her store. I have her card over here. And I've been eyeing, so she's called Curse of Horror Shop. Here, you can see here. Sorry, it's blurry. Is it? There we go. I'm so bad at this. Okay, Curse of Horror Shop. She's on Instagram and TikTok. And I saw her posting these, and I've been eyeing her mugs and cups for probably like 5 or 6 months now. And I kept telling myself, I'm gonna buy something, I'll buy something. And then finally I saw this cup, and I was like, I have to have it. So I messaged her to make sure it would get here in time, like before Easter, so I can do a couple of reels with it. And she was super nice, great customer service, and it arrives very quickly. So I highly recommend her shop. Hey Justin, what's going on? Hello Rob. Hi. So we have a game for tonight because you know we love the games here on the channel. Hold on, let me get a sip because this is really good. This espresso is giving me life right now. Even though I didn't really need it tonight, I just wanted it. You know, nightcap. Espresso nightcap. That makes sense. Okay, oh, one more sip. It's so good. Okay, so, I don't know. Can you guys, from my end, I can see there's a little map that says pick a haunted state if you dare. Can you guys see that on your end? If not, it's really tiny too, so I'm not sure if you guys can really see what it is. But, hey Angel, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Mark says yes. Good evening, Queen. Can't wait for your stories. Awesome, Rob. I'm so excited. This one's gonna be fun. Okay, so I have a little map here that, oh, thank you so much, Tom. You spoil us. Thank you. Yes, I will give loves to Annie. I will get Anakin a treat with that $1.99. Thank you so much. He will appreciate it. Okay, so I made this map, and if you can see, there's ghosts everywhere. Now, let me make it a little bit bigger. Even if it covers my face for like a few seconds, it's fine. So, let's make it bigger. Where did it go? There we go. And there it goes. Okay. All right. So, basically here you can see like there's 2 ghosts here. There's like 2 ghosts or 3 ghosts for California. So basically, what I did was I created a map and I had AI help me and find what the most haunted states in the US are, and from a scale of 1 to 3 ghost emoji. So what we're gonna do tonight is I'll put in the chat, I'll put 3 states at once, and you guys can choose which state you want to learn about. And I have stories prepared for each state, little stories like with what makes it so haunted, what locations are there that are super haunted. And I would love the participation of, oh, I know this state. Have you ever heard of this story in this state? So say we're in like, you know, Massachusetts. I didn't do anything about the Salem witch trials specifically because we all know about the Salem witch trials, I feel. So I wanted to steer away from that a little bit. But if you have another story like Pennsylvania, Gettysburg, like super haunted. So that's kind of the gist of it. I just made the cute little map just because I just wanted to. And I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger on screen, but it's okay. Let me see. Gotta spoil the flukes. My twin said to tell you Texas because she's a lurking little Yes. Cool. So I'm gonna put 3 states. I have them grouped up just so I can keep myself organized. So I'm going to give you the first 3 states, which you guys can choose from in a poll. And then once we decide on which state we want to learn about, I will go into the haunted locations there. And then we can continue the chat about, you know, other locations that are haunted there that I may not know about or the chat may not know about. Yes, Georgia has some crazy good stories. Actually, I did the Bleeding House of Atlanta today for my coffee reel, and if you guys remember my last live stream, we were talking about that, and I finally did it today. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. So, but yeah, Georgia's super haunted. Super haunted and weird military stuff. Wilson's Creek Battlefield in Missouri. Ooh. Okay, so I have to log into chat first. So let's do that. So we're gonna do that over here, and then I'm gonna put the poll. Okay, so the first states we want to do. It's so hard because my screen is like over here. Should have done this a little better. Okay. So, okay. Engage with your audience. Let's start a poll. Okay. Oh yes, and here's the kicker. I forgot about this part. So on the map, since it has each ghost as how haunted they are, so if it's a one ghost haunted location, I'll have one location to talk about. If it's two ghosts, we'll have two locations to talk about, and if it's three ghosts, we'll have three locations to talk about. So there's that. I added that in like last minute. I was like, oh, that would be kind of a fun thing to do. Which haunted state should we learn about? Okay, so we'll say Texas. We'll say thank you so much, Mark. This is my live stream setup, and then I have my actual studio setup. So sometimes I do lazy videos where I'll sit at my desk and do the videos from this angle, but for the most part, when I'm doing my videos, they're over there in the corner. This was supposed to be our media room, and I accidentally took it over. And what's another state? Let's say Texas, California, New Jersey. Okay. All right, guys. So I have the first poll up here, so you can just go ahead and vote. And if you'd like to, you can definitely like take a look at the map and see out of those locations which one has the most ghosts or the least, depending on your preference. So, oh, thank you. The story idea thing. Thanks. How about you close your eyes and point and where you land, that's the state. I want you guys to participate. That is a good idea though, but I definitely want class participation today. Oh, bonus points for Tom for knowing where my origins lie. Don't get me wrong, the studio is nice too. Oh, thanks, Marks. Sorry, I thought you meant setup studio. It's been a long day. I have no idea where is, so I'm happy to go along with it. Oh yes, I forgot we have our Canadians and our Australians, maybe some Australians in the chat today. I like both. Cool, Mark. Thanks. I'm excited to listen to your stuff. And if I don't remember the name of it, I will obviously ask Mr. Tom Keithley to send me the link, and I'll definitely subscribe. All right, let's see how many chatted. Let's see. Okay. So we have 9 votes and we have 9 people in the chat. So we're going to end the poll. All right, guys. We're going to talk about Haunted Texas. My favorite. I love Haunted Texas because... Oh, and also the map is incorrect. It's supposed to be 3 ghosts for Texas because we have the Alamo here. I mean, we're a pretty haunted state. And I actually went on 3 ghost tours already in Texas, and like completely different areas, and the energy, the hauntedness, and also my Goatman's Bridge. Texas is haunted, so we gave it 3 ghosties. My AI gave me 2, and I was like, that's not right. So I said it's gonna be 3. Of course, Anthony, we love Haunted Texas because we're Texans. I consider myself a Texan now officially because I have been here for 7 years. Yep, 7 years. And in July we'll be in like our house for 5 years, which is crazy to me. Yeehaw. All right, cool. So I have 3 haunted locations from Texas, and 2 of which I've actually talked about in previous videos or shorts or live streams. But one of the most haunted locations in Texas is the Yorktown Memorial Hospital. Now, it was once a Catholic hospital run by nuns, and it is now an abandoned husk haunted by sorrow and fury. However, you can actually visit there. So visitors claim to hear whispered prayers and choking sounds in the surgical wing, where patients were said to die in agony. A spirit named the Angry Nun is often blamed for growls and scratches, especially towards those with tattoos, which she which she supposedly despised in life. The chapel, now overtaken by shadows, seems to echo with guilt and judgment long after the doors were locked for good. There's this channel that, side note, there's this channel that I subscribe to. I feel like it's called Joe and Nick, or John and Nick's Adventure. I have to find it. But what they do is they go to abandoned towns all throughout the United States, even in other countries as well. But I've been like obsessed with watching this guy and his wife travel to like the Texas places, and they went to Yorktown, and as soon as they said Yorktown, the name really, it like rang in my ear. I was like, oh, I did that, the Yorktown Memorial Hospital. So yeah, the town itself is pretty abandoned. Like there's some people who live there. I think there's like a very small population that lives there right now. However, you can visit the Yorktown Memorial Hospital, but it's by visitor, by request only, so you have to actually like book it. So that was pretty cool. Wow, Anthony's been in Texas for 46 years. That's amazing. Let's see. Unfortunately, my exposure to U.S. ghosts is courtesy of TAPS and Ghost Hunters. Yes. Sylvia said, GM Ghost Hunters was such a good program. They went everywhere. Ooh, I just love like a good ghost hunting show. Okay, this one is called the Driscoll Hotel. This one's in Austin, Texas. And let's see what it says about the Driscoll Hotel. Elegance hides the horror inside Austin's historic Driscoll Hotel. Built in 1886, it has witnessed decades of tragedy, including the untimely death of a senator's young daughter who fell down the grand staircase. Guests say her ball bounces through the halls at night, followed by ghostly giggles and soft footsteps. But the creepiest presence is the spirit of Colonel Driscoll himself, who appears in mirrors and cigar smoke, always watching those who dare disturb his beloved hotel. Yeah. Probs had to lock that place down though. Yeah, no wonder you have to go through official channels again. And hello BD West, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So tonight we're playing a little bit of a game. We're traveling across the US. We have a ghost map up. So each ghost indicates how haunted the state actually is on a scale of 1 to 3 ghost emoji. 1 being the least haunted, 3 being the most haunted. So what we're doing is I will be putting a poll in the chat and saying which 3 out of 3 states, which ones you guys want to learn about. And then from there, we will go ahead and, or I'll go ahead and read some haunted locations from there. So we just did 2 from Texas, and we have 1 more for Texas. And then we're gonna do another poll and see which states we want to talk about next. So in terms of haunted locations in Texas, Anthony, my man, go tell me, give me some haunted locations. I know you have to know some besides Goatman's Bridge. So we have Goatman's Bridge, Grapevine in general. I don't know if anyone's heard of Grapevine. It's like this tiny little wine town. It's really cute. I love that town. And Bonnie and Clyde actually ran through there. Yep, they hit up one of the banks there. It used to be a bank. Now it's I think it's like a little olive oil shop now. Sells like specialty olive oils and things. But it was a bank, and Bonnie and Clyde, I learned that on the ghost tour. It wasn't really anything to do with ghosts, Bonnie and Clyde, but it was just a cool fact. Oh wait, I have my water too. I have my water because Tom told me to drink water and not forget it. So thank you, Tom. He messaged me on Instagram. He's like, "Don't forget your water, Queenie." I'm like, "Thank you," because I probably would have forgotten if you didn't tell me. Yeah, I know. The Grove in Jefferson. Ooh, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna write it down though. And here's another thing. Selfishly, I'm gonna write down the stuff that you guys tell me because I need ideas for reels. BD has been amazing with sending me stuff. Who else sent me something? Oh, my friend, the dark artist, she sends me things every so often. But truly, I'll just be scrolling Instagram and I'll see something and be like, this is interesting. Is this true? And then if it's true, allegedly true, I'll dive into it. So the Grove Inn. Hello, SJ. How are you? How are you? So this is the Jefferson Inn. Okay, cool. All right, so we have one more. The Alamo, San Antonio. The blood-soaked battleground of the Alamo is more than just a monument. It's a mausoleum of unrest. After the infamous siege of 1836, soldiers who died defending their cause were buried in mass graves, some unmarked and forgotten. Night guards report hearing the clash of bayonets and ghostly war cries as shadowy figures march across the courtyard. It's as if the battlefield never Sorry guys, I can't read today. It's as if the battle never truly ended, only faded into the veil of night. Bum bum bum. Suspenseful music. Alright, cool. So that was our first round. And of course we can, we can just chill for a little bit. But I can put a poll out right now and we can get that poll going. So we can at least see. Alright, so that was group 1. Let's do... Start a poll. I'm gonna do some random. Let's do... I like this song a lot. I was jamming to it before. Jamming? Vibing. I think that's what the kids say now. Vibing. Okay. And okay. We'll do these random ones. Stagecoach. What did Anthony say? Giving me ideas to go and check out. Yeah, absolutely. I love exploring haunted places. Right now I have a little one, so we can't do too much exploring. However, every July my husband and I take a week off of work for like our anniversary week. It's not even like our wedding anniversary is January, but we still celebrate our dating anniversary. So we usually take that week off in July and just hang out and explore places and eat a lot of food and hang out by the pool. And now that we have a little one, we'll like keep him home a few days, but like we'll definitely take like 2 or 3 days for just us, because we don't get to spend a lot of time together, just us anymore. And that's like our week where we can actually see each other and spend time. So long story short, what I'm trying to get to is we'll probably do some exploring, because we definitely want to do more of that. Okay, let's see what the poll says. We have 10 votes, and I think we're good to go. All right. Teeny Dreadful. Oh, yes, I know about Nevada. I've lived there 3 separate times. Nice. Louisiana is full of spooky stories. Oh, BD, we're gonna need to chat. Well, actually, part of the whole game that we're playing, by the way, Ohio one, part of the game we're playing, so if you have locations that you know of that we're talking about, drop them in the chat. We want this to be very conversational and, like I said, just getting ideas for content. Oh, hey Rose, what's going on? Oh, I know this weather is crazy. Crazy. The weather can't make up its mind. So last week it was very rainy and cold. The week before that it was 90 degrees, and then this weekend it's gonna be 90 degrees again. So Like, oh, crazy. Ooh, my ex was from a family of Cajun swamp witches. I know all too well. Ooh, Cindy's here. Hey, 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 what's going on? Awesome. Okay, so we chose. I'll go over real quick again. I know I keep saying it, but I just want everyone in the chat to be caught up with what we're doing. So, friends, what we're doing is basically I'm gonna be dropping states, 3 states at a time in the chat, and you guys are gonna vote on which state to visit. And then I'm going to tell you about some of the haunted history behind it and what makes it such a haunted state. And while we're in that state, I want you guys to participate and in the chat say if you know any haunted locations that are not mentioned. And so for each state, I've listed them on the map as from 1 to 3, least haunted to most haunted in ghost emojis. So if we have a state that has 1 ghost, we're going to talk about 1 haunted location, 2 ghosts, 2 haunted location, 3 ghosts, 3 haunted locations. There we go. That's the gist of it. So for this one here, we said Ohio. So let me grab my stories and put them over here. Okay. Mansfield Reformatory. I don't know if anyone's heard of this one. I haven't heard of this one. This imposing Gothic structure looks like a castle, but its halls have long echoed with torment. Built in the late 1800s, Mansfield Reformatory once held thousands of inmates, many of whom never made it out. Inside solitary confinement, the temperature drops suddenly, and guards have reported screams from empty cells. One inmate was murdered in his cell with a shiv, and to this day, visitors hear the sound of metal scraping concrete. Oh, let's see. Just Googled, and yes, the Clown Motel is Nevada. Ooh, the Clown Hotel. I keep wanting to do a story on that, and I just keep forgetting. I'm going to add that to the Nevada list. I'll just put it here real quick. The Clown Hotel, Nevada. Let's see. It's not in the state you mentioned, but I know a crazy place in Rochester, New York. Hey, let's see. Hold that, because New York hasn't come up yet, and we might choose New York, but if not, you can drop it in the chat when we're on that group. So this way we can visit, you know, we're kind of like, pretend we're on a road trip and we're just like, where are we driving to? And like, who's ever driving is picking the states. You guys are driving. You're all driving at once. That's not dangerous. Okay, so. But honestly, just drop it in the chat. Whatever. Just drop the New York location in the chat. And then if we do New York, we'll talk about it. Okay, so the next one we have is... Oh, also, sorry guys, I have a little bit of allergies happening right now. So, BRB, I just need to like, make my nose not run right now. So, 1 second. Where is... Hi, back. Sorry, my nose started running. I'm not sick, just allergies because the pollen has been terrible here lately. Okay, so this one I've never heard of either. It's called the Moonville Tunnel. Let's see. Okay. Hidden deep in the woods of southeast Ohio, the Moonville Tunnel is the stuff of legends. It's said a lantern-wielding ghost stalks the tracks where a brakeman was decapitated by a train over a century ago. On foggy nights, the faint light still flickers, moving steadily along the tunnel's length, only to vanish without a sound. Many have gone seeking the spirit and returned pale, shaken, and unable to explain what they saw. Have you guys ever heard of that one? I've never heard of this, but whew, That's a good one for a reel. Let's see. It is called the Terrence Building. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna write that one down. And that was in New York. Rochester, New York. That's upstate, right? Yeah, I think so. I should know that. I was in New York for a little bit. Ooh, there's a castle in Cleveland? Let's see. Pollen season is brutal. It is. As long as we can stop at the coffee shop, bookstores, and metaphysical shops on the road trip, I'm down. Absolutely. And guys, we have to also make sure that we get really ridiculous junk food, because what's a road trip without acting like an unsupervised 5-year-old with their parents' credit card in a candy store, right? So, Twizzlers for me. Twizzlers and combos. That's usually the snacks that Mr. Dreadful and I get for road trips. Twizzlers, combos, and depends. Sometimes maybe some sour strips, some Airheads, but usually like on the trips I want like fruity types of candy. So isn't that a road trip? Next road trip, I am so in. All the necessary snacks. Combos are an underrated snack. They really are. Okay, here's the most important question. What's your favorite flavor combo? Because I personally like the pepperoni pizza. The ones with the pretzel, though, those are so good. But then you have the classic, just like the cheddar. So good, right? I can eat those in like one sitting. Oh, let me see. Okay. Mr. Dreadful is just checking in on me. How's stream going? You good? Yes, hubby. The pizza are my favorite. Never was a fan of combos. It's okay. There are some things, yeah, there are some snacks I'm not a huge fan of either. Do you guys remember Bugles? Are Bugles still a thing? I don't eat a lot of chips, but I think I used to remember like putting the Bugles on my fingers and like eating them that way. Oh, Pringles. Pringles are a good snack too for road trips. But the other day we went to, it wasn't really like a super long road trip, but we just decided to drive a little further. And since we're like, you know, trying to be good and not eating a lot of junk food, we just had some like what is it called, beef sticks, like beef jerky, but like the all natural ones with no sugar, and wasn't the most fun snack, I'll tell you that, but I mean, it is what it is. So love Pringles. Pringles are my weakness next to Doritos. Oh, I love Doritos so much. Now I loved Bugles. Yes, they still live. Oh, that is good to know. Next stream where I'm not, you know, maybe during the summer, because during the summer I'm gonna be a lot less strict with my food intake. Like on the weekends I'm gonna not be like, oh my gosh, I can't like not eat this, but we've been doing really good. Okay, one more location on our road trip in Ohio. Franklin Castle in Cleveland. With its route, is it route or route? I can never say that word. Okay. With its iron balconies and grim stone facade, Franklin Castle looks like it was built to keep secrets. And maybe it was. Over the years, whispers of family tragedies, hidden rooms, and even Nazi meetings have surrounded the home. Visitors have heard a crying baby and footsteps in the attic. And one woman swore she saw a woman in black pacing the 3rd floor. They say the house changes shape sometimes, locking doors and opening others, as if trying to lead you somewhere. Sorry. Or trap you. Let's see. The only bad part of jerky is it makes the car smell. Does it? I don't know. I think we must have eaten it so quickly. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, it definitely can. Like the The Slim Jims used to make the car smell when we were eating the Slim Jims. We have like this one brand. It's called Tomahawk, and it's like sugar free. They're really good. They don't really smell like anything, to be honest with you, but they're really good. Texas is really big on jerky, and there is if anybody knows Buc-ee's, they have like a whole jerky area, and anytime I go to Buc-ee's I usually like stock up because they're so good. Mark said, I like jerky and using it as an air freshener seems fine to me. Oh, or if you leave the car and come back, you can really tell. Yeah, you guys, you're right. Angel, you guys are all right. I've heard of Buc-ee's, but don't have one here. Buc-ee's, yep. Anthony knows. Yeah, Buc-ee's is like the biggest gas station. I'm cold today, so I brought like my blanket. It's a huge gas station in Texas. When I first stepped foot in one, I was confused. I was like, this is so much cooler than any gas station I've ever been to in my entire life. They have a mascot, Bucky. He's the beaver. But I thought it was so funny when the first time I went, and then, you know, I got a t-shirt from there. Like, it's just, yeah, I did, because we went in October one time, and there was like a pumpkin t-shirt. Whew. Water time. Yes, Anthony, so correct. Their bathrooms, spotless, and they have the best, their brisket sandwiches, forget it, so good. Their banana pudding, pretty decent. What else have I had there? Man, they just have such good stuff there. And that's the thing, it's like, they legit have, like, barbecue there, because it's Texas, so. Would you try alien jerky? Of course I would. Of course. No, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. It's hard to say if I would try alien jerky because it's hard. But it's like you have this argument, right? Where it's like, well, what if they're like smart beings and stuff? But it's like, but I do eat beef, and like cows they're not dumb. You know what I mean? But I don't know, because aliens, I don't think I could. I don't think I could do it. No, I won't eat an alien. I come in peace. I need someone to trade candles and chips with. Laredo Taco Company in Texas are so good. Ooh, I've never had that. Their breakfast burritos are awesome. Yes, I've had breakfast burritos from Buc-ee's, are very good. It's just jerky aliens to this planet, or is the jerky made of actual... Okay, that's a good question. I didn't ask all the questions. I don't know the full story here, so Tom coming in answering the hard questions. Okay, while we're deciding if we would eat alien jerky, I'm gonna put the next set of states in here. Let's go. Oh, yeah, we'll do. Let's do Massachusetts. You know, it would have been really funny and cool, which I should have thought of, but every time I do a live stream idea, it usually comes to me like the night before, and then I'm rushing to get everything done. But I think it would have been really cool to put like a car, like, GIF, and like as we're going to the next state, it would just like drive. I wonder if I can do that. Let's see. Because I know I can... Oh, that's... Actually, hold this thought, because now I really want to do this. Maybe if it was like a space cow. Yeah, I agree, Angel. If it was a space cow or a space chicken. But chicken thighs. I don't like chicken breast. Unless the whole chicken was dark meat because it's alien. Who knows? But yeah. Yeah. Chicken thighs. So one of my favorite, most like simple dishes ever that I like to eat is just chicken thighs with oyster sauce and rice and soy sauce. And it's so good. And a little bit of sriracha. It's so simple, so delicious. You put the, you know, oyster sauce and a little bit of, I think it's sugar. My husband makes it, but it's so good. All right, let's see. We almost done with the poll. Okay, we have everybody, and it looks like Illinois is our winner. So let's see. Trail mix with sparkling water. Oh yeah, I have sparkling water. You can't tell it's sparkling. It's not sparkling anymore, but Space Hog can be very educational. That's so funny. Okay. Let's see. Illinois. We're going to Illinois. I don't know if I told you guys, but like Chicago will always hold a special place in my heart because I didn't know. I was kind of like hoping I was pregnant at that point when we went to Chicago, but I didn't know, and I got very, very sick on the trip, and I just thought like I was sick, but it was actually because I found out I was pregnant like the next week. So I love Chicago because just knowing it's funny because like I associate the city with being nauseous because like all the smells were just like really irritating me because I just had really bad morning sickness like the first few weeks first few months. But when I got there, I was just like, oh my god, why are the smells so intense? And my husband was like, what are you talking about? And like he was doing work stuff, and I was just tagging along and exploring the city. And I'm like walking, and I literally had to like go into a 7-Eleven, use a bathroom, and throw up. I was like, oh cool, why am I so sick? And then I went back to the hotel and I watched that show Dead to Me, and that's kind of what I did that whole day. I just like sat in bed and binged because I thought I was sick, but it was just a little dreadful. Let's see. Oh no, it wasn't even like poor Queenie. It was yay. But I was very excited when I found out. So Creepy Cody, what's going on? Okay guys, 1 second. BRB, my nose is running again because allergy season. And so sorry, Mark. I realized I missed like 3 of your messages I was like reading as I was patting my nose. Okay, so Mark says, I agree, dark meat the best. Correct. 100% correct. I would eat jerky made from Luke's missing hand, to be honest. If Wilbur can't add, Wilbur is bacon. Sorry, maybe that joke was a bit dark side. No, it's okay. We do dark jokes over here. Yeah, I try to, keep it like R and below, not X rated. So as long as your jokes are R and below, it's fine. Yeah, being sick while out and about is a special kind of hell, though. It really is. But I had so much fun Okay, so which one did we choose? We chose Illinois. We were just talking about Illinois, and then I'm like, oh, let me go into like a 3-hour conversation about. Okay, where's Illinois? Oh, I've heard of this one. Okay. Well, I've heard of all. Well, I've technically heard of all of them because I compiled this list, but I didn't. I don't like specifically like know in detail about it. So, okay. Dark humor is like food. Not everyone gets it. Pretty much. Okay, Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Midlothian. A forgotten Let me restart. My bangs on my face. Okay. A forgotten cemetery hidden in the woods. Bachelor's Grove has seen its share of darkness. We were just talking about dark jokes, and this is a dark cemetery. A spectral woman in white is often seen cradling a phantom baby, and a ghostly farmhouse appears and vanishes without warning. Some visitors have been pushed, scratched, or chased by unseen entities. The silence there is never peaceful. It's waiting. Took a second, but that one hit finally. Hot double A. Thank you, Tom. I'm guessing it's Chicago. Yeah, we're in Chicago right now. Our car, our little road trip brought us to Chicago. Death of a Bachelor. Are you listening to Panic at the Disco? Love that song. Love Panic at the Disco. Cemeteries are popular places everyone is dying to get in. I need like a when we do our jokes in this chat, which we often do, I always do like I should get like an actual sound effect for it. That would be such a cool. Well, I don't think the system would be like smart enough to know when we're telling jokes. So, Wolfie, hello, 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 welcome, welcome. I'm all panic and no disco. I know. I saw there was a funny meme the other day about Panic at the Disco. I don't remember it. Panic at the Costco. I don't know. It was something. It was something funny and millennial and old lady, and I liked it because I'm all of those. Not much, Wolf. We're playing a little game. We're on a road trip right now, so just pretend we're in a car. I'm not driving. We're all driving. So what I'm doing is I'm throwing 3 states in the poll at once, and then you guys are choosing which state we're gonna go visit, and then I'm talking about the haunted locations in that state, and then we're also kind of just bullshitting, talking about everything else. So you know how it goes. A usual Danny chat live stream. Okay, cool. So the next one is McPike Mansion. The McPike Mansion looms on a hill, its windows like hollow eyes watching the town below. Unrested spirits drift through the halls, including a former owner and a servant named Sarah. Tours into the cellar often end with sudden nausea, orbs of light, and EVP recordings of soft crying. Whatever lingers here doesn't want to be disturbed, but it also doesn't want to be alone. Oh, that's kind of sad. I'm making so many typos. Oh, you're fine. Yesterday, I forgot who I was chatting with. Might have been Derek, might have been Lady Spookaria. It was one of them. But I couldn't type for the life of me. And usually, like, if I miss a word or two, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But I literally, like, went in and, like, edited my message because I looked back and I was... What was I trying to say? So, yeah, that sometimes happens. It's a confused little supernatural being. It's so sad. Happens to me, Angel, at very inappropriate times. Oh, wait, did I miss something? My kids introduced me to Panic at the Disco. I really like them. Yes, they're good. They're so good. I believe they technically broke up, I guess. But I saw that they're going on tour. Or they're like, I'm not sure if they're going on tour, but I saw that they're like doing some kind of concert with All American Rejects and a few other bands, and I was like, wait, what? I thought Panic was done, because I know Brandon Urie had a kid and decided like, hey, I want to spend time with my family, so decided like no more touring and stuff. But I don't know, maybe they're back on. That would be cool. The spirit of an emo teen. I got a new phone and it's not used to me, so I'm making more typos than usual. Oh, nice. Congratulations on the new phone. I love when I get a new phone. I've had my phone for a while now. This girl, ooh, that camera though. I need to clean this camera. My son has been taking my phone, just like running around with it, which is so bad, but you know, sometimes you just let him. You pick your battles, and if he wants to run around with my phone while we're upstairs and the room is carpeted, it's fine. Just don't throw it down the stairs. That's all I ask. So, but he doesn't know that because he's a little boy. But he's really good at listening. I'll say that. He does really listen well. Okay, so the last one in our last stop in Illinois before we get back in the car and drive somewhere else is Congress Plaza Hotel. Dubbed the most haunted hotel in Illinois, the Congress Plaza is home to more than just tourists. Room 4411 is infamous for violent apparitions who shake guests awake. A boy died in the 1930s is said to roam the halls looking for his mother. Aww. And some guests swear they've spoken with her before realizing she wasn't alive. Once you check in, something else might check you out. Bum bum bum. Aw, 21. That's such a great age. Wow. I need a new phone like badly. I've had this one for 7 years now. Yeah. SJ says, been getting into Paramore. You know, like, I didn't listen to Paramore too much when I was in my teens and like my emo phase and stuff. It's not that I didn't like them, it's just, I don't know, I just never got into them. I went straight from like, it was like Fall Out Boy, Yellow Card, Taking Back Sunday. I listened to Good Charlotte, I guess. Like, they were kind of my gateway drug, I guess we'll call them. It was like Good Charlotte, New Found Glory. Oh my gosh, I used to listen to all of that. And then when I was in middle school, like the first, like, emo, I don't even know, she's more like pop punk, but you know, Avril Lavigne came out when I was in 5th grade, and it was so different than what I would listen to because I was really into like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Mariah Carey, and then I heard Avril Lavigne and I was like, oh, like this is different. And then from Avril Lavigne I heard like Good Charlotte and then New Found Glory and Jimmy Eat World, and just, you know, then I got into like Yellow Card. I love Yellow Card. I still listen to Yellow Card. I actually just listened to them at the gym yesterday. And then it was AFI and Evanescence and like just all of them. I had like, I just, you know, I was actually talking to my husband. We were talking about LimeWire. Remember LimeWire back in the day? I would give my family computer a virus all the time because I'd be downloading albums, and I'd be like, well, you won't buy me the CD, because, you know, millennial. So I'm going to download on LimeWire, and then everything's going to just go to shit. Good Charlotte was amazing. Something Corporate had a great sound back then, too. I don't know who Something Corporate is. I'm going to listen to them now. Oh, who's another one? The Starting Line was one of my favorite. I remember, obviously Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy is like my ultimately, like my favorite band ever. I still listen to them religiously. Seether, Evanescent. Yep, Seether, definitely. Let me see. What does Cindy say? I think I missed something. Oh, nice. SJ turned me on to Paramore. Very cool. I had Hoobastank in my head earlier today. I haven't heard Hoobastank in so long. The Reason. Such a good song. And, oh yeah, obviously like My Chemical Romance. I listened to them, like, I definitely didn't listen to them as much. Like, I listened to like their hit songs, really, but you know, the Starting Line, I think, was my favorite band for all of freshman year. It was like the Starting Line and Yellowcard, and then I saw Yellowcard freshman year at a was it Skaters World? I think it was like this place called Skaters World, and not like it wasn't skateboarding, it was like roller rink, but they had like different stages for bands to perform. And I saw Yellowcard, and was that when I saw Hello Goodbye? I think I'm getting these two mixed up, but I saw Hello Goodbye. I don't know if you guys remember them. They were like this. They were definitely more like popish. I don't want to call them ska. They weren't ska, but they were. I just remember Forrest, the lead singer, was on stage barefoot, and it grossed me the frick out. I don't know why. I was like either freshman or sophomore in high school, and I was just like, this dude is on stage barefoot, like no socks, and it was like grossing me out. And I was like right up front. I was like, okay, but they did a really good job. They performed really well, and I saw Fall Out Boy a few times. Sum 41 was my band. Like 8th grade, loved Sum 41. I still listen to Sum 41 today, and yeah. Let's see, I've seen Incubus and Coheed. Oh my god, Coheed and Cambria. I have not listened to them in a minute. Ooh, memories. Now I have to go listen to them. I haven't listened to them. That's an amusing image, Queenie. So I don't even know. AFI was a mainstay then, but too. I love AFI. So I don't know, like when I was coming up with my YouTube name, I was gonna be Miss Misery, because of Miss Murder was one of like my favorite songs, and I was like, I can't be Miss Murder because like you're not allowed to say that on YouTube. So, and I'm pretty sure my channel would have gotten flagged. So I was like, what about Miss Misery? And then I wanted to keep my name in there, so I went with that. Older Blink is love them. I feel so old. I have no idea who these bands are that you're It's okay. Honestly, it's like a lot of these bands I feel like are niched bands, because if you weren't in like the emo scene, emo / like alt rock scene, like you wouldn't even know who these bands are. So, oh, A Perfect Circle. I forgot about them. Man, memories. There's such gosh, but yeah, like there's a song I remember, like if you liked Avril Lavigne, you were considered a poser, in, you know, because middle school is stupid, or high school, I guess. Yeah, that was middle school. Middle school was stupid. So I loved Avril Lavigne, but I didn't tell people I listened to Avril Lavigne. But I don't care. I still listen to her now, because whatever, I'm a 36-year-old woman. Judge me. I don't give a shit. But she has this one song, and I think it's called Head Above Water. And anytime I listen to it, I bawl. Like, I just cry. It is such a beautiful song, and it's very inspiring and very encouraging. It's just like, basically like when you're feeling like down and you're just like, you feel like you're drowning, like she's like asking for help, like, you know, keep my head above. She's like asking God. Like, I'm not really religious, I won't say that I am. I do believe in God and heaven and hell and everything like that, and I don't listen to like Christian music or anything, but the way like the song, at the time when I heard the song, I was going through a lot of stuff, and it just really inspired me to be like, okay, like just pick yourself up, you know, God will handle it, kind of thing. That's the most I'll say. I'm, like I said, I'm not like super religious. I do have my beliefs, but I also believe in like everything. I believe in the paranormal. I believe in aliens. I'm a conspiracy theorist now. Oh God, don't get me started on conspiracy theories. I'll sit here. That's one thing I was considering, having a second channel just talking about conspiracy theories, but like not saying that it's me, and like hiding my face, probably just doing like off-camera narrations for it, because I can deep dive into some crazy conspiracy theories, but then I think I would go crazy. It's kind of the same thing as true crime, where I can't touch true crime because I just cannot. I will cry. There was actually a terrible, terrible, horrible incident that happened in our neighboring town where a boy stabbed another boy at a track meet, and it's been all over social media and the news, and it's heartbreaking. And like, even if I wanted to cover the story, I just couldn't. I watched the interview of the kid who passed away. His name was Austin. I watched the interview of his brother and his dad, and I just lost it. And I was like, I give it to these true crime people who can cover these stories, because I cannot. And also, I feel, I don't know, like, I love true crime stories. I watch them all the time, but I think now, like, especially as a mom, and I just can't, like, anything about like teenagers getting killed, like kids getting killed. It just, oof, it hurts my heart. It hurts my soul. Let's see. Okay, bye, Angel. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually been an hour, so I'll probably go till like 9 and then stop, because Mama Dreadful has a big day tomorrow. As soon as you say the word conspiracy, your credibility goes out the window. Yeah. But I feel like that's why I would do like a faceless channel. People don't think I'm like insane. Phantom, hi. I had a video premiere. I'm sorry. I missed it. I'll go watch it after. I was thinking about the same thing. Let me see. Sorry, I have to scroll up. Sometimes I talk so much I go on a tangent and then I forget to check the chat. Let's see. Grabs tinfoil hat. I'm all in. I also got into techno, but old techno. Oh, okay. I don't know any techno. Okay. The Prodigy. Can't forget. Oh, I missed so much here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. I was thinking, so Mark says I was thinking about the same thing, but I can't get too angry and can't separate myself. Yeah, I think that's the problem. I'm just like, I feel like everything I read, I just put into perspective of like the victim's family and, you know, just lives being lost for no good reason. Like, literally the whole argument started out with I guess like the kid who stabbed the other kid was in the team tent. It was raining, and I guess like they have like different tents for different teams. I've never been to a track meet before, so I don't really know how it works, but apparently there was like the high school team's tent, and this kid from the other team, or the other high school rather, I don't think he was even on the team, just like went into their tent, and the boy who got killed went up to him and just said, hey, listen, I don't know the whole story, but from the details that I did read, it was the boy Austin came up to the other kid, believe his name was the last name is Carmelo. So he went up to him and said, hey, like, you know, like, you're in our tent, you can't be here. And allegedly the kid had a knife with him. Well, not allegedly, he did have a knife with him because he stabbed the other kid. And he said, oh, like, put your hands on me and see what happens, or touch me and see what happens. And I guess, you know, boys, you know, teenage boys, the other kid like touched him, like did something like that, or maybe he pushed him, I don't know, I wasn't there, I don't know the whole story, but you know, the other kid grabbed his knife from his bag, stabbed him in the heart, and ran. And then police caught him, and he admitted. He said it wasn't alleged, I did do it. That was a direct quote. But just like reading the story, and it's so terrible because it's literally my neighboring town. So our town is very small, and pretty much we're in, like, the way our road works, it's like here, like if I drive right up the road 2 minutes, I'm in the town Frisco, which is where the boy died. So when I read that, it was just heartbreaking, you know. And like his twin brother was there, saw the whole thing, tried to save him, couldn't. just terrible things in this world. And it really, like, it actually, like, really brought my whole mood down. I was like, you know, you try so hard to protect your babies, and then some tiny little fight happens, and, you know, they don't come home. But that's why I cannot do true crime, because I would just, it would really get to me. Like, even talking about the story is just like, ugh. Let me see. Allergies. I can take the darkness. I just have to take breaks sometimes. Yep, definitely. Are you okay? You sound a little congested. Yeah, I'm good. I have allergies. Thanks, and that's what Anthony said. Allergies. Yep. Just the pollen is super. We had pollen, I think, tree something. The murder of Jennifer Daughtry, the worst crime ever, and it was for nothing. I get it. It's just like, it's so sad. But let's get back on the paranormal road. We have about 10 minutes left, and let's pick 3 more states. Let's see. Where's my thingy here? Group. Okay. Let's do. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the other day my allergies were so bad. My, like, I couldn't even open my eyes. It was so bad. But we're okay today. Alright, guys. 3 more states. Pick it, and we'll talk about it, and we'll drive over there. Ugh, that's terrible. Sorry, Wolf. Yeah, these allergies are no joke. Like, Texas allergies are... Ending our trip in Michigan or Switzerland. That would be fun. Yeah, I'll do one. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, but we can travel the world. But it'll have to be airplane. I was hoping Washington, my old state. Let's see. We actually have PA. 1 second, I'm gonna just wipe my nose real quick. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. All right, so we have Pennsylvania as the winner. All right, so the first one is the Eastern State Penitentiary, a fortress of isolation and despair. Eastern State Penitentiary was once the most advanced prison in the world, and one of the cruelest. Prisoners were kept in solitary confinement for years, some going mad from the silence. Now empty, its crumbling halls echo with phantom footsteps and whispering voices. Some visitors feel hands on their backs in empty corridors and shadowy figures that dart through the decaying cell blocks. All right, and then the next one, Gettysburg Battlefield. I've been there before, and it is haunted. It's haunted. The deadliest battle of the Civil War left behind more than just history. At Gettysburg, soldiers still march across fields under moonlight, and cannon fire echoes with no source. Tourists have spotted Tourists have spotted full apparitions of Union soldiers, and EVP recordings have captured cries of agony. The spirits here don't just haunt, they reenact their final moments over and over again. Let's see. Why is the chat still here? Did I not end the poll? I thought I did. I'm still seeing like... Oh, I didn't end the poll. Sorry, guys. That's why. Because I was like still seeing it up here. Okay. I leave for a minute, come back, and my cat is in my chair every time. That's funny. My cat does that too. Oh my god, I've had allergies at one point in my life too. We're twins. So Michigan. Do Michigan. I had a wicked case of allergies a couple weeks ago. Hydrate, everyone. Oh, hydration break. Gotta have a good haunted prison asylum story sometime, somewhere. Yes, we do. Okay, last one. The Pennhurst Asylum. This one's a good one. A place meant for care became a house of horror. Pennhurst Asylum was exposed for decades of abuse and neglect, and the souls trapped there have not moved on. Paranormal teams report growling voices, flying objects, and screams that pierce the silence. The tunnels beneath the asylum are especially active and unnervingly cold. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, Gettysburg, or like Pennsylvania in general, whew, that's another super haunted. Like everything's haunted there. Just everything. You go to a pizza shop, haunted. Coffee, haunted. I'm just kidding. I kind of want to go to Gettysburg, but I feel like it would be a bit overwhelming as a lover and an empath. Yeah, it might be. It was, I went there like 8th grade, I think. Yeah, it was our 8th grade trip. Yeah, it was creepy. I loved it though. I loved every second of it. I love just like old houses and homes, Victorian style homes. I would love to live in a Victorian style home. Even if it had a ghost in it, it's fine. Just as long as they like share it. Alright guys, it is 8:57. I am somehow sleepy even though I just had espresso. Ooh, excuse me. And my nose is getting drippy and annoying. So I'm going to call it, but thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I had so much fun. Hopefully either next week or the following week. Probably next week. I'm going to really aim for next Friday again. I think, is it Easter weekend next week? I think it's Easter next week. I have to plan out my content. So if you haven't watched my latest video on Dudleytown, please do. I think you guys will really like that one, especially since we're talking about haunted locations. Dudleytown is super haunted. With that, I hope you guys have a great night. Love you all, and I will see you later.